The bear roars as you approach, making powerful swipes with its claw. Still with the surprise and the commotion, the bear is not all that committed to the fight. After a bit of back and forth, the animal grunts and runs off into the trees.
Are you going to do that?
All start scenario with wound.
I told you we were going to get something.
For the evening, enjoy a portable concert. Corruption and crime run rampant in the bar, but the music is unmatched in all of Gloomhaven. You're enjoying yourself immensely when you catch a glimpse of a man in a dark, tattered robe near the back of the room. He appears to be handing vials full of red liquid to a second man. Option A, further investigate the exchange between the men. Option B, leave the criminal element alone and continue enjoying the show.
Leave the criminal alone.
No, man, go for it.
I've got it right
That's
here.
it.
You gotta put
Please
yours on.
delivery.
Yes, Dad.
Michael,
Sorry.
We go into the back corner. Music's, softer here.
Far away, yes.
Okay. You subtly move in the direction of the men, monitoring their actions with your peripheral vision.
Oh, don't worry, I got this.
You recognize the dark robes from the run-ins you have had with cultists in the area.
Oh.
And as you get closer, you become convinced that the vials being traded contain blood.
Ew.
It won't coagulate.
You grab the man and cause a huge amount of commotion as you fight to drag them outside and foil their dealings. Get over here, you. Okay. You are able to hand them off to the proper authorities,
yes.
but it may be a while before you are allowed back in the ground door. The concert was ruined.
So what?
Gains you reputation.
Okay. And then you hear the voice, a sound carried on the wind, a great and terrible sound. There is a power. Hey, this is mine. This is mine.
Oh, sorry.
This is a great and terrible sound. This is a powerful cry, and all the remaining monsters are destroyed.
I'm the last one standing, Oh, sorry. Okay,
Thank
there
you.
we go.
Disintegrated
I really am the last one standing.
and
That's okay.
scattered among the leaves.
Sorry, here's the leaf. Here's the leaf.
Oh, sorry, scattered among the storm.
Put the wind back. Put the wind back.
Then you hear the voice.
Thank you, my friends. It is good to finally be rid of those pests.
The voice rattles your bones as it speaks.
Thank you, my friends. It is good to finally be rid of this pest.
The voice rattles your bones as it speaks.
And now that is done, I ask you to aid me again. I am still a prisoner here, trapped in the wind.
In order to take a
I don't hear the wind anymore.
In order to take a more corporeal form and leave this land, I require my vessels of power return to me.
You fall to your knees as the sound subsides. Your your head ringing from the vibration. The voice just destroyed your adversaries as if they were nothing. You cannot imagine what it would be capable of if you were to give it more power.
Please tell me this is the voice speaks.
Do not worry. I have no desire to bring calamity to your land. I only wish to be on my plane.
Oh, sorry.
I only wish to be on my way. To be free and unencumbered by this plane. I'll give you now a vision of where you can find the first vessel. They got to hide it from me, but I can see it as if it were right in these chambers. Please, bring it to me.
In a show of goodwill, the voice directs you back to the entrance of the cave. Far away from its influence, you have a decision to make. You can do its bidding and go to the decrepit wood, or you can try to get to the bottom of what exactly the voice is instead of just meddling with powers you do not understand. The Shrine of Depths. Party achievement, the voice's command.
So now we can go for it?
Yeah, you just said.
Or, option A is heads, option B is
Okay.
tails. Okay? And it's tails, which means we
run.
are running.
Okay. Poor guy's probably going to die horribly on our account.
The mysterious third person seems to have things under control, and the elementals appear more interested in them anyway. You take the opportunity to retreat from the fight and run off into the night. You don't feel great about it, but at least you're alive. No effect.
Okay.
One time you
Sure.
start.
So we didn't get
Oh, so
into
what's the other one?
The other one. With the help of the mysterious fire cast, the battle turns and the elementals are slain without much pain. Out of the darkness steps the familiar face of a female orchid.
A female what?
My previous character.
Ah,
Sorry about that. I think they were looking for this. The spellweaver holds up a black censer. It's a good thing I ran into you, though. I could use your help. She draws out a crude map. Meet me here as soon as you can, and I'll explain more. Unlock demonic rift. Scenario 90. That's what we didn't get.
oh man.
We chose.
familiar face.
We
that
chose
was
poorly.
that was what's her name?
Hey, I voted the right way, but it came down to it. Using distract. Option B, since he's filming me. Use a distraction to disengage from the elementals and run away.
Oh,
So, again, we're attacked by these night creatures that are very deadly, very silent, and they're
Right.
killing us.
so either try to.
Do we try to renew our efforts to fight them off
Or,
because someone just incinerated one of them with a fireball, or do we use a distraction to run away?
Use a distraction to run away.
Yeah, sounds like something you'd say.
yeah, I know, it sounds to me like we should run away. They sound vicious, they sound nasty.
They probably are, but I'm a stay and fight type person.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna help.
Okay, so now what?
Coin flip.
Yeah.
Someone wants to change their vote.
Ed, in the capital, when the leader of the Merchants Guild, Simon Wainwright, organized a coup of the city's military by hiring an entire army of mercenaries with the guild's money and taking control of the city's keep. Very little force was actually required as the city guard was outnumbered and woefully undertrained. The siege of the keep lasted less than 2 days, not nearly enough time for reinforcements to arrive from the surrounding cities. Once in power, the Merchants Guild quickly won the favor of the citizenry with sweeping social changes, allowing for a great many freedoms and relieving them from the heavy taxation of the military. Once the commoners were on the side of the merchants, there was little hope for the military of regaining control, at which point the mercenary army was no longer required and the military was offered a decent salary to continue keeping watch over the city. After the capital was reformed, the merchants' revolution spread outward from there, quickly deposing the militaristic rule across the continent. As of the writing of this document, only one city remains under the governance of a military presence, Gloomhaven.
Cool.
Now, I really want to get into the development of Gloomhaven and this clash between the merchants and the military in the city, Dominic begins. But as you can see, the military isn't all that happy about it. Dominic hesitates. I was hoping you all could do me a favor, actually. In order to continue to put my pen to paper, I think I better get the backing up of a powerful merchant to keep me safe. They're all sympathetic to me getting down this history, of course, but they are a little hesitant to publicly support the venture. I'm hoping you could do some convincing for me. You might have the most luck with Councilman Graymer. Unlock scenario, Oozing Groove. Stop reading until Oozing Groove is completed. All by comparison, but he is not at all intimidated. Oh, I understand you perfectly well, Dominic says, but I don't think you're understanding my position. I am trying to find the truth. The soldier looks up as you approach, then looks back down at the bearded man.
Just think about what I said.
He begins to gesture around him as he walks toward the door.
I'd hate to have to tear down this whole place.
Dominic waves at you grimly. Hey there, glad to see you, boss. Stop by. Ooh, I know my accent's
Like a
changing.
vampire.
Who knows what sort of short-sighted lowbrow lace that dog would have gone through to get his point across.
He sounds like a Jewish guy from Romania.
He's fine,
He
he's fine.
shakes his head and then fluffs his beard. It's just a difference of opinion, though.
What is
In my
happening?
research, I've apparently asked the wrong people the wrong questions. It's amazing how reactionary these good people can get about what is written down on a piece of parchment. It's not like anyone's going to even read this little text of mine, Dominic coughs. Well, except you, of course. Is that why you've come by? I finished up the broad history if you wanted to take a look. Narrator voice. As human civilization expanded across the continent, two major changes occurred. The first was that merchants grew into prominent positions within the cities due to wealth gained from lucrative trade routes, both within human civilization and with other races. The second change was that the wilds, which were once so dangerous, became much less so, especially in the center of the continent, as areas were converted to farmland and peace was made with the surrounding races in one way or another. The military taxed the trade heavily across the continent, and the merchants grew more and more resentful as larger portions of their earnings were demanded for less justification. The military did nothing and grew fat off the works of others.
Oh, God.
And the entire building shudders violently.
Shake the table again, yes.
Oh yeah, shut the table.
A dark energy burst forth, piercing through the chest of the monster still attacking you. They all fall over dead, and the shuddering stops. As you get back to your feet, however, a sharp pain suddenly pierces your skull.
Ow! That's your skull.
Pierces your skull.
Ah!
Yeah.
Ah!
You,
Ah!
you have been misled, the voice speaks into your mind. Do not bring that scepter to me. If you free me, I guarantee no harm will come to you. But I cannot say the same if you approach with the scepter. Whatever you think you are doing, you are wrong. As quickly as it came, the pain stops. You tighten your grip on the scepter and race out of the shrine, eager to bring it to the echo chamber and silence the voice. New location. I missed that. New location unlocked. Realm of the Voice. Party achievement: the scepter and the voice. Reward: 10 gold each.
That doesn't sound like water.
Stop struggling. You're coming with me and there's nothing you can do about it.
Ahead of you in the street, you see a pair of guards scuffling with a young boy dressed in rags.
You snatch purses, you go to the ghost fortress. No way around that.
But my family is starving, the boy cries. You recognize his voice from some of your dealings in the sunken market. He's giving you helpful tips for mercenary work on a number of occasions. Option A, intervene on the boy's behalf. Option B, let the guard haul the boy away to prison.
Well, we got our reputation to think about. Helping him, you know, that's opposing guards who are probably rightfully doing their jobs because he doesn't seem like the most stand-up kid.
We do have guards on the side of the road. They seem a little uncomfortable at your approach. Their hands instinctively going for their weapons.
Oh,
So they were nice guys.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
You make a sign of peace, and they relax a little.
So how do you? I can't do it. I can't.
What do they sound like? What do you think?
No.
Alright.
Gruff.
Perhaps it is good that you happen by, travelers, the one on the left says. Our horse is completely spent, and we fare little better. We are in desperate need of some supplies to finish our journey. The Valref offers a crude smile. Do you think you could help us in this matter? Option A, give the Valrefs a portion of your supplies. Option B, you spent good money on these supplies. Refuse to help.
Help.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Or who's taking the hit? You, because you can just refresh your items over and over again.
If you have a quartermaster in your group,
So it's yours.
That's
I figured
awesome.
that much. I figured when they said Valras that it was you.
Yeah.
awesome. The quartermaster steps forward with a smile and hands over a sack of food and gear. He is always well stocked, and the Valrefs are grateful for the aid. Gain 1 reputation.
Yay! All right.
Otherwise, you'll need to replace the supplies the next time you're in town, but you decide you can spare them. The Valrefs thank you with relief, lose 5 gold each, and gain 1 reputation. I saved us 5.
So you save us 5 gold.
Each 5 gold.
Yay.
Yep, and it's a one-time use, so I'm gonna read what happens if you just walk away. You apologize curtly.
Sorry.
So sorry. And continue on your way. The Valref seem disappointed, but vaguely understanding. It doesn't stop them from whispering things about you to each other as you walk away.
Yeah.
My ears are burning.
Lose 1 reputation.
Okay.
So we definitely did the right thing. We gained 1 reputation. Narrator voice. You decide to unwind at the Sleeping Lion, but just as you are starting to relax, a bear of a man crashes into your
We've
table.
done this one.
I have?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, we can do it.
I've already seen the table be crashed into.
Are you sure?
Is it one of those
It
ones?
sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Is it one of those ones that
Oh,
you
we
have
can
to...
do it again, right?
That'll
Bear
work.
of a man crashes into your table, scattering your drinks across the floor.
No wonder it took us so
Right.
long to get ready.
Oh,
I'm not
heavens.
gonna actually do it.
Oh, heavens.
Yes. Towering over him is a massive inox.
What'd you say about my horns?
The inox shouts.
What?
I had to shout
What?
because it's a inox shouts.
What did you say about my horns?
What did you say about my horn?
Horns.
The
You wouldn't
man,
understand. You were never in an ox.
the man stands up and brushes shards of glass from his tunic. I said, the sight of them makes me want to vomit! The inox roars and charges headlong into the man.
I'm not getting charged into. Yeah, maybe I should have walked.
Dad, you mind
Right, mine what?
standing up?
What did
You'll knock him over?
The inox roars. Can you move a little bit from your chair?
Oh, come on.
You'll knock him over.
I know. I don't want to watch this anymore.
What did I do?
The inox roars and charges headlong into the man,
Ow.
crashing through more tables.
What?
Crashing into more tables
Splinter do.
in the process. At this, the entire tavern
Hey!
erupts into violence. After all, when a man is deep into his drink, the last thing you want to do is knock that drink over. All right.
Instead of man, you're not a man.
Oh, sorry.
Option
gosh.
A.
She could be.
Option A.
Oh,
Option A. Join the fray. These insults will not go unanswered. Or option B. Do your best to stop the fighting. This is a respectable establishment.
The last time we joined the fray, I got
Yeah,
some XP, so if you want to do that.
This is a class
Well,
joint.
what's the respectable
Yeah.
thing to do?
This- Right, like this is a
Broken
class.
skulls to lift one's spirits. It turns out to be a great way to unwind. Unfortunately, the proprietor of the Sleeping Lion doesn't exactly see it that way, and he solely asks for compensation for the damage you caused. Gain 10 experience each, either lose 5 gold each, or lose 1 reputation. I say let's definitely lose the gold.
I want XP!
I don't have gold. Oh, yeah, I do.
you don't have any? So we're just 3?
5
5
gold
each.
and gain 10
5.
XP.
5 gold each. Road.
Where's the fork?
I'm getting the fork.
Yeah, get a fork.
An actual fork.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Yeah, a fork doesn't have to have just 2 prongs, you know.
Oh my gosh, a fork in the road.
You come to a fork in the road.
It's priceless.
Oh, it is a different type of fork. Well, now I
Do
know.
we get 4?
One path looks clear and easy, but the other path is overgrown with thorns and nettles. Either one will likely get you to where you are going. The whole situation feels off though, as if someone or something is watching you. Still, a decision must be made. Do you
So
take
is
the
it
clear
watching
path or the overgrown path?
Well, I love stinging nettles.
Hey, I have ignored scenario
Like
effects, so I don't really
hitchhiker? Like
care.
hitchhiker?
This is not a scenario effect, this is a real event. You don't ignore this.
Kyle, we're talking about like hitchhikers that get out of your pants.
No, a stinging nettle.
Yeah.
Stinging
Sounds a little less benign than a hitchhiker.
The clear path or
So
the
there's,
overgrown?
so there's danger in the easy road, that's what they're suggesting.
I don't know.
For the longest
danger
road,
in
the
both
way is
roads.
easy,
It
the
said
way
the whole
is-
situation feels off though, as if someone or something is watching you.
But
Yeah,
the
but
way
where
is
are
full
they?
of nettles, it leads to
As if.
salvation.
Yeah, it's
Right, it's probably in the easy one, the easy road.
That's what they want you to think.
exactly. And then
Yeah,
we take the rough road and we end up with poison. We all end up poisoned.
yeah, easy road, I say
Or
easy
damaged,
road.
or, yeah.
I vote. I'm voting to take the overgrown road. All right, and
You
it's
can
a
say how
one-time.
you're
It's
right.
a one-time only card, by
I
the
don't even
way.
get to vote.
So we get to see both options. How both of them turn out.
Gosh.
The trek through the overgrown path is unpleasant.
Of course.
You are constantly getting pricked by sharp thorns covered in a strange sap. You think you
Moreover-
recognize them from a previous foray into harsh, unforgiving foliage. Sure enough, you start feeling sick pretty soon after you emerge from the bushes. Everyone starts scenario of poison. I was just joking. But yes, everyone starts scenario poisoned.
Okay.
Except for the bear, because the bear
So
gets
it's
something.
probably poison ivy.
The other one,
You walk down the clear path for a few minutes, and just when you think the whole weird feeling was your imagination, a group of human bandits jump out at you from the nearby brush. Before they can engage, however, an arrow suddenly spears the chest of the closest bandit, followed very quickly by a second. The bandits have paused to look around panicked when a third arrow flies into another bandit's skull.
Doomstalker?
The bandits scatter and run off. You look around for the shooter, but no trace is found. No effect.
Huh.
I thought they just.
Oh, you don't get hurt.
No.
They were waiting to ambush us the whole time.
Yes. We just didn't know that we had backup.
Was I supposed to have poison?
Don't you always?
You get a little bit, but it's
I
mostly
usually gotta
you.
encourage you.
No, you don't.
You hear screams from the south as you approach the docks. And see a group of women running toward you in a panic
I refuse you.
while screaming.
Oh,
Alright,
We're the players, not the crowd. You're supposed to act out the people.
Invasion! They yell as they race by you. Happy? As they yell as they race by you, nearly knocking you over. Someone stand up.
Knock me over.
Natural.
I said nearly knocking you over. Yeah, exactly. You hurry to the docks and find a crowd of workers on edge, armed with makeshift weapons.
We have real weapons.
Your arms, you're not
Makeshift
strong.
weapons
Get your
encircling.
fork out.
Exactly. Encircling one
Torches,
particular
big
pier.
Torches.
Standing at the far end of the wooden planks is a group of lurkers.
A group of what?
Lurkers.
Those are monsters.
Terrifying, crab-like monsters as big as an inox and equally ferocious. Except these lurkers don't appear to be hostile. They are simply standing on the dock, clacking their claws in a strange rhythm.
This is a lurker. This is what he is. This is a lurker.
Alright.
This is a lurker.
oh, okay.
Alright.
That's what we're looking at.
Oh.
Option A, raise arms and fight the lurkers back into the sea. Send them back now. Option B, approach the lurkers cautiously and attempt to communicate with them.
I would approach them and attempt to communicate.
Let's communicate.
They
Yeah,
seem
yeah, yeah.
really nice.
I know. I saw the picture.
Well, if they're not attacking people,
Or it sounds kind of gullible too.
I've never heard this one before.
Yeah, me either.
Me either. So yeah.
And you pronounce it
Let's try
like,
to make friends. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
and you
Well, we
pronounce
get some
it like
experience for
someone
killing them.
really
I don't even need experience.
Well, they're not hostile. They're just,
True.
you know, they're just hanging out.
But they still scared women.
I still wish Frank
Screaming,
was here
of
to
course.
pronounce it
Well,
like
yeah,
they
if I
would
saw
in New
something
York.
like that and walking around, I'd scream too. I'd run the other way. But
They're just
but I'm
crafty.
not
Let's
with
try
you.
to cautiously approach.
Yeah.
I would cautiously approach.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 3 people. What are you doing? Kill? Okay.
Alright, approach the lurkers cautiously and attempt to communicate with them.
Maybe we need
Option B.
underwater breathing to speak with them.
The crowd parts as you move toward the dock with both confidence and care. The lurkers notice your approach and continue to clack in your direction.
Yes.
Clack, 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 clack.
Yes.
You call out to them and ask why they are here,
Why are you here?
but all you get in response is a change in the tempo of their clacking.
You know, like your attitude,
Oh.
pal. You say, why are you
No, I
here?
thought they were going fast.
Not why are you here?
When you express confusion, they clack again in frustration
They're trying to talk to us.
and scuttle back into the ocean. The crowd is very impressed that you managed to ward off the creatures without using force. Gain 2 reputation.
Yay. All right.
Yes. All
Okay.
right.
Good deal.
Does it go back in?
That puts us over 15.
Does it go back in? Or is that it?
That's it.
What
So the other
So
option.
if we were to kill them.
The crowd parts as you approach the dock with weapons drawn. You step onto the soft wood and the lurkers turn toward you and stop clapping. They all hiss and brandish their claws in aggression. You charge forward and meet the threat head on, hacking away at their carapaces until they scuttle off the dock and back into the water. Gain 10 experience each.
Oh, gosh, that would be
That's a
nice.
pretty good guess by me.
Yes.
Well, both was a good.
So-
Well, would we rather have
Yeah, right.
reputation
Oh,
or?
yeah. Right.
So we gain 2 reputation. The ruthless Criff. Hale seems almost happy as she trudges through the mud with you, eager to help fight back against the undead. It's been so long since I've been outside of Gloomhaven, she says, swaying the elemental sensor back and forth as she walks. The city is necessary for my studies, but it feels good to take a small break and travel this plane again, and with so much less danger this time as well. You look at the Aesir, that's the race, questioningly. Sure, cultists and elementals aren't exactly friendly encounters, but last time I traveled these lands, well, that is something I swore I would never speak of. Hale grows silent until you arrive at the crypt. opening the ancient doors, you half expect the place to be teeming with cultists and elementals once again, but the stone halls are as silent and barren as death. You move toward the main chamber, where you find the giant rift hovering above an elemental altar. Well, you certainly weren't kidding, Hale says. This thing is a beauty. The girth and stability, quite impressive. Hale walks around the perimeter of the altar, throwing sand in the air and watching it fall. I'm pretty sure I can close it, thanks to old Stonebreaker's sensor here. I can't imagine the forces on the other side of this rift are going to be all too happy about it, though. Hale raises the sensor above her head with one arm and plunges the other elbow deep into the rift. Gather around, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be one killer party. Goal: protect Hale for 10 rounds.
10 rounds, 10 waves of defense.
Well, I'm sorry, what?
Is this Warframe?
Explain this to me.
Done?
Yes.